How you doing, everyone? Welcome to episode of Krypto Playboy. My name is Simwell. Before we begin, chuck like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content coming out. And don't forget, hop in the Discord. You've got tips, pre-sales, and the world's best community. All right, so hop in there and check it out. Get into today's episode. All right, what day it is. It's market recap day, and CryptoDan is on the show once again. He is. Welcome back.
Thank you. Did you say you don't know what day it is?
It's the day. There's no real set date for us. It just happens when it happens.
Yeah, whenever we feel like updating the market, that's it. Yeah.
We never sleep. The market never sleeps, and the days roll on.
Yeah, the day is dependent upon where you are, so it doesn't really matter. So whenever we feel like there's an update. So yeah. Do
you find being in crypto full time, you lose track of the days? Like back when you actually work normally, it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Crypto's like you wake up to like, oh, what day is it?
Man, I've never really had a normal 9 to 5. So I mean, maybe in school, when you're in school, you have to know the day because it's like, oh, well, today it's maths and science. But yeah, no, never. Not since then. It's been I know what you mean. It's like the day is like irrelevant. Like weekend, every day is a weekend, but also no days are a weekend.
That's right. It's either you're working, you're not working, you're mucking around, you're doing something. It's always a good time. And your sleep patterns are all over the place as well.
I try to keep those under control because that stuff's important. 1 a.m. bedtime usually, but you know, yeah.
It never ends that way.
Exactly. Hey, at least we're starting today at 9 p.m. It's good.
That's actually a good time. Probably won't be in bed till 3 a.m. anyway, but we'll see how that goes.
I'll aim for midnight tonight. I'll try to keep it a bit more normal and civil.
I think you're back onto the Stranger Things. That's what's going to be happening.
Yeah, look, we might have to just turn this into a Stranger Things show. I'm thinking. I don't. The market's too boring. We can't keep talking about the same shit every day.
Well, in saying that from last week, I know what you were saying. It seems the market is unfolding that way. We've had this bit of a breakout. Some people are saying it's going to go back to the moon. I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm guessing you're on the same boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing what we said last time. I think last time we said sideways / down. We can probably go up to 35K in a rally, but ultimately still downtrending. Yeah, I don't think anything's changed from that really. The Fed is still doing exactly what it said it was going to do. It's still going to be tightening soon. I don't think there's any change in the Fed policy. I don't think the market is priced in the Fed being bearish in the future. There's no positive catalysts really for crypto that have that come up that are different. It's basically the same. It's just, exactly the same.
It's been a little bit of that euphoric moment. People are going, oh, the market's back. Bit of a pump, but I think it's a fake out is the nicest way of putting it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with these market conditions is it's so just sideways and random and choppy. Like, I really try not to analyze the market when it's choppy like this. I look at inflection points, like a crash or a pump. I try to look at like an inflection point, somewhere where we have momentum, where there's a clear trend. If it's sideways and not doing much, I don't really have an edge. Maybe some traders are really good at doing the like sideways choppy markets where it literally it's like a Forex market where it's like pump, dump, pump, dump. I'm not that sort of guy. So it's not like, I don't want to put time where I don't have an edge. I want to focus my time on where I have the best return on my time spent. And that would be on a trending market, something that's got momentum in it, or when the market is like it is now, focusing on NFTs and stuff like that.
Oh, speaking of NFTs, don't you have a story to share?
Oh yeah, we did well. We made some money turning some NFTs. How do I share my screen? Let's get it right here. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? There was an NFT that we bought a few weeks ago. Oh no, sorry, we bought it today, but we had to get whitelisted for it. So we got whitelisted a few weeks ago. It's called Gents Croquet Club, and the floor at the moment is at about 4 ETH, and we minted it. I think it was at about 2 ETH. So I bought 5 of them, and it's around 20K profit, I think, today, which is pretty good. But I don't plan on selling, so I'd share my screen, but I haven't quite got this. Here we are. This looks like it's going to work. Can you see my screen?
I got it.
Cool. Yeah, so this is the project that we minted. It's the first NFT project that has a 100% whitelist mint. So you cannot mint this unless you got whitelist. And to get whitelisted, you had to go on a call with the team and you had to talk to them. So it's a very, very interesting project. We minted it it was 4,500 per NFT, and I think Ethereum's around 2,000. So, it's not a crazy huge flip. I'm not actually flipping it either, but we bought 5 of them, so it was pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm. That's what I do when the market's sort of like it is right now, sideways. You gotta find other ways to make money. So,
man, I wouldn't complain about making 20 grand to someone, so nothing to cry about.
Yeah, nothing to cry about. It was a good morning when I woke up and saw that. I was like, shit.
Well, I know on this market, like, really into the trading of the alts and that, but me, I look at these little gains. If I see 3, 4, 5%, I'll do a quick little scalp trade on it. Like, I'm over the moon with that. And then, like, I got other guys that are doing this and they're doing like high leverage on it. They're making those trades in there, but I really do kind of have to agree with you on. You make those entry, at least like Bitcoin, when it comes along, your entry comes on your algo there, it says this is a good entry zone. That's where you make your big funds, I think. Like, it's simple, easy to do, less time consuming. Like, I enjoy trading, but that is so much easier for you, and you can kick back and do what you like after it as well.
Yeah, I think we covered this last time. Becoming a profitable trader is the same as becoming a high-level athlete. So if you're not ready to commit to becoming a high-level athlete of the trading world, then it's not really going to work. Whereas you can make money from NFTs as a hobbyist. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have hobbies like golf or things that you're just average at that you just, you do for fun and you can still enjoy. NFTs can be like that. You don't have to be the professional runner. You can be the golf hobbyist who does it every Saturday and still make money from it. So I personally don't do much trading because I don't want to be that expert trader who like dedicates his life to it like an athlete. I'd rather be the golf hobbyist who still makes a similar amount of money but does it through ways that doesn't require you to just degen it the entire day. Like this project, I knew was going to do well. All I had to do, hop on a call, talk some shit, make them see that I'm cool, get whitelisted, mint it, done. Simple. Golf hobbyist.
I guess when you put in that comparison, sitting there learning to trade hours and hours and hours and weeks and months before you become at least quarter decent, and then you start again to trade, do some trades, you're sitting there for hours getting depressed when you lose. Well, NFT is like, oh, this could be a fun one. Enter your details and off you go.
And that sounds sort of gambling, and I don't want it to seem like it's gambling. It definitely is not gambling because I'm still making an educated bet on a team and I have an edge because I got whitelisted and people didn't, and other people had to buy on the open market. So there is a demand side where I'm actually getting like early access almost. I'm getting like a discount.
It's like the pre-sales of NFTs, really.
Yeah. So it's not straight. It's not gambling in that sense. It's definitely a bit sophisticated, but obviously everything has a risk to it. So it could have not gone up. It could have gone up, but yeah. To be honest, even if it didn't make me money, I wouldn't have cared because the value of the NFT itself is so good. It's a networking project. So people that you meet inside when you mint 5, you get inner circle access. So the people you meet inside in the inner circle, doesn't really matter if the NFT goes to 0. You're going to meet some crazy people who can maybe build a business with or teach you something that you wouldn't have known otherwise.
Oh, that's a cool way of looking at it. And is there a way for people if they want to get involved in these type of projects? Like, how did you come across it, or always researching these?
Yeah, I followed the guy before who made the project. It's fully doxed. So the guy's name's Iman. He's in the online business space, and he has basically ventured into the NFT space. His name's Iman. I just followed him on Instagram and saw it. So it wasn't like a crazy research process. That's what I mean. You could be a hobbyist. 20 grand a day and I'm a hobbyist in the NFT space. So.
Well, I know some guys are there every single day looking for NFTs, and some of them are a complete gamble. Like, I remember there was one called NFT penises or something. I remember these guys like, this is going to be the thing. And then I had a look, it was just like these little dicks that were drawn like pixelated. And what do you know, it flopped. It didn't go so great. Like, some of those things, I think it's a bit of a gamble. But if you're looking into teams and they've done previous projects, that does give you more assurance, I'm guessing. Because I'm not much of an NFT master myself, but I have looked into some.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's different ways you can, like, everyone is very unimaginative with the way they invest their money. They go, if I just buy $1,000 of this coin, I'm betting on it growing 3x. But they don't know the way that you can bet on people and you can grow the money through betting on that person. So this Iman guy, I've always wanted to involve myself with something that he's built. And so this was like one of the first ways. And this is just a way of me betting on someone's, like, if you know someone's net worth is going to climb from 6 to 8 figures, you just find a way to help them achieve that and you take a percent. So if I find this Aman guy 3 years ago, right, and he's at 50K a month and he's going to get to $1 million a month, if I facilitate that process and I can maybe make 5% of it, then that is like an insane return. If I can provide value somehow, right? So obviously this NFT project, you're buying an NFT, it's still a similar concept. But the reason I buy this NFT is because I view it as an investment in this person. I feel like investing in this person by bringing myself into his network will bring a return because it's a bet on him. So that's just how I look at it. You don't have to just buy a coin because like sure, you can say the team's good, but I like to bet on like founders and stuff and try to work closely with people who I think are going to climb the echelons of wealth very fast.
It's all about taking a calculated risk, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. You just gotta bet on smart people, basically. Bet on the winners and then forget the losers.
There is a few in the space. You do see some projects come up and they're like bunch of shit. But then you go through some and you see like one of the guys in there, he's done 10 previous projects. The project's kind of shifty, you're like, what is it going to be? But then somehow this guy pulls out of the bag and goes, this is a good project. And you see it just climbing. I'm not sure if it's because he's on it and he's pumping with his team and the people support him. But I've seen that in a few coins like pre-sales I've done in the past. And people are like, the project's crap. The second they come on board, the thing just goes apeshit. So that could be another reason for NFTs as well for you, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the way I do NFTs is a little bit not like the traditional way, because most of the NFTs that I've minted are sort of people who've come into crypto. It's not necessarily like crypto natives. Like I haven't really been minting projects like, what's an example? What's a recent like normal NFT project? Like
normal NFT?
Yeah. Like there's another one I've minted called Metacards, which is the full send Nelk Boys NFT. And so it's people coming into the NFT space, less so than a crypto guy making an NFT project.
Okay.
Weird.
Because I've seen like a lot of guys come on board, like the Soldier Boy. He disappeared for all those years and now NFTs have come along and he's become a master of NFTs. But I've seen some of the NFTs he touches, they just go horrible.
Yeah, I won't touch his. Yeah, you got to be careful because most of the people coming in, they're just trying to capitalize on a boom, on a gold rush. You know, everyone wants to make money in a gold rush, so I don't blame them, but I wouldn't invest in those people. You got to pick the smart ones.
I think as well with any of those influencers that are like him or along the line Paris Hilton, them coming on a project, these guys are getting paid some money to become like an influencer for it. So I don't really see them being invested in it. They're more shield this for us, get people to buy it, and then whoever's on the whitelist, whoever's building the project, they're making the returns on those NFTs. The guys are buying them, the ones that are getting dumped on.
That's literally the entire crypto space. It's someone building a brand, having the brand have a monetary value behind it, and then selling the value of their brand for exposure of these, like selling their brand to these companies who they like basically shill the projects. So like Mooncar, I don't want to mention names, but like a big influencer, he has, let's say, $2 million of capital that his followers are going to ape into different coins with. So he would go to a project and say, there's $2 million of people who want to buy any coin that I mention. How much will you pay me to have their $2 million put into your coin? And they'll go, 200 grand, 300 grand, $1 million. And they go, okay, you give me $1 million, I'll give you their 2 million. Just try not to rug pull them. And they go, yeah, sure. That's a deal right there. That's sort of how that whole space works. Obviously not as straight as that, but it's basically that concept.
I think there's still some good people in the industry. Like I've met some guys over time and you see they like genuinely want to help people. And I think those guys there, like they still do affiliate marketing where they get those kickbacks from exchanges and that. But that's kind of like a win-win. But
yeah, I've never personally done a paid promotion, but there's definitely ways you can do that stuff and not be a total scammer. Like if you are doing affiliates, that's fine, right? Like someone's just signing up with your link to exchange. If you have a group that helps people make money in crypto, that's different as well. Because it's like the money you make is from education. It's not from an actual coin recommendation, which is something that can be like highly manipulated, especially in a space where like you're not really going to get caught out for not mentioning, oh guys, sorry, I was paid for this. Like you don't have to mention that.
Yeah, that's true. Because like with projects we do, we invest in all of them and we provide it to the group as well. So any projects we talk about, like our money's in the line with them. So that's why we want to tell people about it. Say, hey, look at this. We believe this could be good. Doesn't mean every project's going to be the best in the world, but it's again, you're taking calculated risks on this. You're looking at the team. You're looking to what they're doing, and that's why we share those projects out there. But I do see some other guys like there's nothing. They have $1 in the project, and they're telling everyone, "I'm invested in this. This is my project. I'm put my life into it." It's like, no, you didn't. You got paid to talk about this.
Yeah. That's the only issue. The only issue is if you either don't mention, "Hey guys, I'm paid for this," or you don't even put your money in it, but you're telling them to buy it. Like if you're putting money in and saying, "I put 10 grand in. I think it's going to make me money. I have real skin in the game," then that's totally fair. It's like, oh, cool, this guy's actually believes in it.
He's giving it a go.
You know. But the most of them, they're just mentioning whatever project, as long as it pays them, sort of thing. So yeah, there's very different stuff.
You filter through the fun ones, and there's some nice ones still hanging around out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like Steppen was a really good project. That one's gone insane. It's dropped off a bit now, but it was a very good run recently.
What was your feeling on that? What was the pullback on it?
I haven't, to be honest, I couldn't give an opinion because I haven't looked too much into it. It seems like it's bursted to a certain extent, like the bubble, because it is literally just a Ponzi. It's the exact same Ponzi as every other Ponzi. It's just that it looks nice and it's quite complex, so you don't see it's a Ponzi until it's too late. It's the same as Luna. Steppen is just a walking version of Luna. You put money in, you walk, you get a yield on the money. The Ponzi doesn't collapse as long as it has enough capital coming in to supplement the yield that you make. Exact same as Luna. And there's a percent taken of every dollar put in by the Steppen team. And maybe they put some back in like the buybacks and stuff, but they ultimately take a chunk. And that means that Steppen is a Ponzi because it's net negative sum, meaning every dollar that goes in, only 99 cents will ever get pulled out, because Steppen will take a cent or 2 cents or whatever it is, because they get rich from the project, and pretty much everyone else will get poor eventually. And some people do make a profit, same as Luna. Some people got out with a profit. It was the Luna team and it was some Luna investors. Most people got absolutely wrecked. So it's a Ponzi, but everything's a Ponzi essentially. It's just a more obvious Ponzi.
Insane. I know GameFi, there's a couple of projects now, like we've invested in them, and the guys are now telling us we're going to give you a refund on these because we're going back and looking at our model, because they're saying play to earn gaming doesn't have like a long time lifespan on it. Once it hits that certain point, they run out of funds to give back to people, or tokens in the end. So they're trying to relook at the model and how they can do that and make it more of a lifelong thing, like World of Warcraft, where it's lasted 20 years. That's what they're trying to look at, play to earn gaming. So I think they can tweak and make it better.
It's all just different forms of yield farming. Everything which gives you some sort of money that's in a closed system that is zero sum, it's just yield farming, and it's just different ways of giving you a Ponzi yield. It's all fake, it's all facade, but that's totally fine. You can still make money from it. But we all need to just understand that there's no way for everyone to get rich, and markets are always zero sum or negative sum. And the people who make the money are the ones who own the house, and the ones who own the house are the ones who build the projects. The casino owners, exchange owners, the project founders, the builders, they're the ones who get rich, and the ones who get poor are the people who play in the casinos. And there's a very few percent of people who play in the casino. They exit the casino with money more than they came in with. If they're lucky, everyone else loses money. So personally, the best way to do crypto, if you could choose any method to get rich, is to be the house. It's to build the exchange. It's to build the education company. It's to build the whatever sort of supporting infrastructure of crypto. That's the best way to do it.
But like I get with anyone in crypto, there's risk with everything. I know that. That's from crypto, stocks, property market, anything you touch, there's always a chance anything can go wrong. I think people, the one thing they want to make something in crypto, they got to commit their time and effort, and they got to be prepared for those losses and be prepared to pull out when they see something happening. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. Like I've been reading articles saying these Aussies got involved in crypto, they put $1,000 in, now it's crashed on them. But these guys put in $1,000 and didn't look at their account again and thought, I'm going to be rich from this. People got to be on it and be prepared to sacrifice some time for it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing the game. You just need to make sure that you understand the game so that you don't play a game that you don't know how to play. And
I'm get burnt every time.
I tell you all this about how bad the game is. Oh, everyone loses money, blah, blah, blah. But I have most of my money in this game, so it's not It's not like I'm saying stay away. You just have to be aware of how it works. It's all a Ponzi, and it's all trying to take your money. But that's the best thing that it could be, because it's not gonna. That's just how markets work, especially crypto markets. And so you need to just make sure mostly that you listen to the right people. Most people are not going to tell you that it's a Ponzi and that it's a game that you need to win, like a casino or a chess match or whatever. They're just going to tell you, oh, just get rich quick, just buy these coins. That's all you got to do. It's just, yeah. So you need to make sure that you understand how to play the game.
Valid point there. Well, this is a bit of a different usual market recap for us.
Yeah, this is a Ponzi recap.
Whole of crypto. Sorry, guys, get out of it now.
Yeah, but no, Ponzi's are great. I love Ponzi's. I just like to get in them early and get out of them early. That's the only thing, right?
No one wants to be the last man standing on it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's all a learning experience anyway. Even if you get rug pulled, you learn.
Yeah, no problem. Is it your indicator throwing up any signals coming up shortly, or?
Let's have a look.
Just give people a little sneak peek on what's going on.
Let me know when you can see the screen.
Is that working?
It should be.
Okay.
I mean, it should be working. Yeah. So it's very similar. I assume everyone can see. We have a small pump in price here.
We can see the gents croquet club.
Ah, cool. I can adjust this. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Bam. Fixed.
Okay, we're on it.
So we have a little bit of a pump here. Pretty normal. We can get up to 35K, I think, with minimal resistance. But yeah, nothing's changed. It's just doing what it's doing. Just normal. We got close to a buy signal. All we had to do was have price go below the green and close below it. Not wicks don't count. We need a close. And the close is the candle. It's the end of the candle, not the end of the wick. So we had it here, daily close below. And we have no close below here yet. So yeah, I'm just watching at the moment. I think we can definitely go a bit higher. I think we can definitely go to 35K. But I think as long as the Fed is doing what the Fed's doing, more tightening, more bearishness, I don't think that's quite a bottom. Or we go up to 35K or 40K, whatever, and then maybe we come down for a double bottom sort of thing. That's what I'm seeing right now, but I'm not really rushing into any positions, I guess.
So if you're someone's a Bitcoin trader out there wanting to get some Bitcoin, hold your cash on the sideline and wait for the time for it to drop a bit more. Like we're still not in that safe zone for buy zone.
Yep, and I really would recommend to stay away from anything that does yield, like staking or yield farming or lending. I would stay away from all of that personally.
Well, I'm a bit of a lover of those things there.
Yeah, we tend to maybe have some different opinions on this stuff. I personally believe that I personally believe that yield given to you in crypto is just you being used for your capital, and I don't think it's actually worth the risk. It's a very well disguised, I would call almost scam, in my opinion, because this is getting controversial. In my opinion,
get the gloves out.
In my opinion, bear market yields don't really exist. So let me explain. In a bear market, no one's really making money, and people are willing to borrow money and pay you money for your money because they think, if I give this guy $10, this sucker, if I give him 10% on his $10, I can take the $10 and I can turn it into 15. I'll give him $1 of my $5 profit, but I'm going to keep $4. This sucker just lost $4 of potential profit. But in a bear market, everyone's losing money. No one's like, oh yeah, I'm making all this money in the bear market. There's very limited amount of yield there's a very limited amount of money that someone's willing to pay you for your money because they don't really care. They don't really need it. There's so many, like in a bear market, everyone's got all this cash, right? That they want to get a return on. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to lend my money in a bear market so that I can get more money so that I can buy the bottom. And I don't think that's a smart play, because in crypto, you either want safety or you want risk, right? You're either safe or you risk. You either own cash or you own crypto. Owning cash and lending it is just giving you levels of risk, which puts you back onto the risk spectrum. It'd be like saying, I want to lose weight, I'm going to eat McDonald's. It doesn't really make sense, right? I want to reduce risk, so I'm going to get a 20% yield on this coin, which has a potential chance of rug pulling me, and I'm also probably going to get inflated because most of my yield is just me being paid new coins that are freshly minted, which is causing inflation. So like when I go on a lending platform and they're telling me you can get 30% on your money, what they're actually telling me is we're actually getting only 4% yield on the money that you give us that's being lent to other people. So we'll give you 4%. And just to make you feel a little bit better, we're going to give you 26% extra, but you're going to have to pay because we're going to inflate our token and you have to own our token to use our platform. Sorry, but that's just how the game works. Or they'll just do something like that, right? So, or another one that they do is okay, we'll give you 50%, and all you have to do is deposit money, and we'll give it to you. But we're actually going to rug pull next week and take all your money. So sorry. So that's sort of the two ways that they do it. Celsius has gone through a lot of FUD lately. I don't trust Celsius, to be honest. I wouldn't trust my money on Celsius. I used to really be into yield farming. Don't get me wrong. I used to think it was like really cool, free money basically. But real yield doesn't really exist anymore. Not in a bear market. In the bull market, absolutely. Yield is the price you pay for not getting rich in a bull market.
Well, I've got a simple man's way of looking at it. This is for easy people out there. Say you got 100 ether. Okay, we'll do 1 ether. You got 1 ether. And you put it in somewhere and you stake it for a year and you get a 5% return. You're going to have an extra 5% of ether now. So if you look at it that way,
yeah,
you're getting something.
What you have to look at, everything in life is risk and return, upside and downside. So when you do a trade, you might make 10%, you might lose 2%, right? That's a 5-to-1 ratio. So that's a good ratio, right? Because for every game you play, you win 5, you lose 1. In yield farming or staking, the risk is the contract doesn't work and you lose everything. The gain is 5%. So your risk reward is minus 100% plus 5%. So your risk to reward is, what is that? 1 to 20. For every game you play, you lose. For every 20 games you play, you lose 20, you win 1, because the reward is so small compared to the risk. Now, obviously, the odds of losing is very low and the odds of winning is higher. So it's not a completely fair, not a completely fair comparison without nuance. There's definitely nuance there. But you do have to realize that there is risk of the contract not working and that sort of stuff going around.
But also, it is easy as well. You just click the button, sit back and relax. Like you said, you hate trading because you have to do work. This way, it's just set and forget.
I mean, staking's probably the safest form. Of all the ways you can get a yield, staking's probably the safest, because staking is you actually providing a real value, and there is a real demand, especially on Ethereum, to secure the network, because they actually have a real fee, like revenue, like system, right? Yeah. There's OpenSea NFTs which be used. Sorry, not OpenSea. There's like transactions of NFTs or coins, and they have to spend money to transfer, and that gets paid to the network. When Ethereum is like a proper ETH 2.0 and you're a staker, you're going to get paid out for the security that you provide. That's a real service that you're providing that is going to have a constant real demand, and they're not putting extra inflation bullshit in there. And they're going to have good audited contracts. So yeah, that's actually a safe way, sort of. But definitely, like,
I'm there. I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, definitely stuff like Celsius or like other lending, like all the other shit.
High risk.
Yeah, high risk, low reward, terrible setup. If you want to be safe, hold cash. If you want to be risk, own an asset which can go up 5x. These are the two worlds that you need to exist in. Maybe there's a little nuance like the one that you gave, but I think that just if you want a yield, the yield you're going to get is the discount from you holding cash and buying the coin at a lower price. That's your yield. Wow, Ethereum dropped 20% from where I sold. I just collected a 20% yield because now I own 20% more Ethereum. I just made free money for doing nothing, and I had zero risk. Beautiful.
There's only one downside with that is for the average person as well. When things go up, they don't want to sell it because I'm going to make more money. And then when it goes down, it's like, oh, no, I'm not going to sell it yet. No, I'm not sure. It's like the emotions play on you. That's why I like people I tell staking is simple man's method. Stake it, have some fun, walk away, do your thing, enjoy life. But
Yeah. Staking is probably fine, but like Celsius and stuff, I'm not like lending for people borrowing money. I think is real. Lending to support the growth of the Ethereum network using the secure contracts that have been audited by a very professional team, a little bit different.
I'm with you on that. I like these little mini arguments we have.
There we go. We found an agreement point. Lend your Ethereum for 5%.
We had a lovers tiff, and now we're good.
The only issue with that is you have to lock it up. So if you want access to the capital, you don't get it. That's the price you pay.
Yes, and some days you want that capital sitting there, especially when entries coming up. And you're like, oh, could have done that.
Yeah, just always don't put in more than you're willing to lose. Like, never walk into a casino with more money than you're willing to walk out with.
But there's also another philosophy everyone should follow. Risk it for the biscuit sometimes pays off.
Yeah, true. Well, we wouldn't be sitting on lots of money if we didn't risk it. So that's
exactly. Wouldn't be here doing crypto.
Yeah, that's sort of how it works. Yeah, it's funny how this is just a red pill. This is just a weekly red pill.
Yeah, we're changing the market up for people. Next week, hopefully the market's not something different. We'll give a bit of a market recap, but I like today because it's a bit fun, a bit different, and let's get some more insight into how we see things.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the normies because they've watched all this content on YouTube telling them all this stuff, and now I'm just sort of shitting on it all. This random guy comes on this show once a week and just shits on everyone's dreams.
Yeah, opening their eyes a bit to things and saying, hey, this could be a potential out there for risk and reward. So it's nice for people to know these things because some guys just follow people blindly and they don't actually do any research on it. So I think people have to have an open opinion on everything in this market.
Yeah, and the market's always changing, right? Like a couple months ago, I probably wouldn't have said that stuff about yield stuff because I probably would have believed that the yield was still real because we weren't totally bearish. But now we're totally bearish and everyone's losing money. And there's not really any real demand for borrowing. There is a little bit, right? There's like a little bit, but it's not that much.
No, I'm with you on that part. And the bull market's a whole different world. Like everyone needs the money, it has to come from somewhere. The bear market, you see the trade per volumes, everything is down. And that's why like some YouTubers like, oh, I'm trading. I'm like, I want to see these trades. Like how much volume are you guys actually doing?
I mean, content is how businesses get customers, and content in the crypto world is mostly trading. So people are always going to trade to be able to sell their stuff. So it's tough, right? Like you got a business to run, you need content, you need a trade. So yeah, that's just how I do it, I guess.
Well, I like today. Let's keep these friendly, fun atmospheres going on for next one.
Yeah, that's half an hour. That's a pretty good red pill recap.
Yeah, we'll change the names up from market recap to red cap recap.
Red pill Ponzi recap.
All right. So you got big plans for tonight now?
For tonight?
Yeah.
What day is it?
Tuesday.
No, definitely not tonight.
Okay.
Big sleeping plans.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm going to this club called Bedroom.
Lucky you. I'm off to do some more work now.
We'll both be doing a little bit of work, so in your fucking mansion behind you.
The green screen mansion, everyone.
He pulls it down. Sorry, Mom. I'm in your basement. I'm almost done.
Back to my cage.
Millionaire basement.
Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up the show. And thanks everyone for listening in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all links down below if you need anything. So I'll see you later, Dan, and I'll see you later, everyone else.
Thanks, Legend. See you, mate.
See you later.